Right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Car stuttering to get on a little bit there, which is a bit worrying. Welcome back to another video of the prep series. We are just about to head to the gym. Been a nice productive morning. I have helped out my parents with part of their house move. They've managed to sell our melded family home. Caused quite a ruckus in the town because the house is literally on the street that comes in and out of the town, and we parked a massive skip there this morning, but only for 20 minutes, so you know, people will be definitely on the local Facebook page later tonight saying who the hell has put a skip up on the high street. Absolutely disgraceful behaviour, but that's what you get from living in a parish, you know. I might even sit down and read some of the comments later on. I'm sure they'll be very entertaining. But anyway, today we are heading in to train legs with my client and very, very close friend, Matt. He is actually the first person who I approached, God, nearly a year and a half ago, almost a year and a half ago now, about coaching services, and for him to become my first client, and he's still with me to this day, so I must be doing something right there. He's made crazy progress in that time, very consistent, and I'd like to say without actually having to sacrifice too much of his life to bodybuilding. Matt is someone who, you know, he's been in the gym his entire life. He doesn't need me necessarily to come in and get him into the gym and get him, you know, exercising. He needs me there to fine-tune his processes, fine-tune his diet, his workout routines, and in doing that we've managed to transform his physique. It's been pretty exciting to watch, and just kind of reaffirms for me why I actually love the sport and the process and the lifestyle of bodybuilding, like not just for myself but for the knowledge that I can impart onto other people, and see it happen in real time. I'm sure that my coach Zach would agree, like there's nothing quite like seeing your advice and your methods implemented into someone else's life and that work for them. It's an amazing feeling. So yeah, going into train legs with Matt, he needs a little bit of a reminder in training hard, I'd say. Happens to all of us. I still have them every now and then where I need to train with Zach and be like, okay, yeah, there's another level that I can take this to. But yeah, we're going to film some of that, hopefully get some good clips, some highlights. I don't think I've brought my mic with me. We'll find out when I get to the gym. That'd be a disaster if I haven't. Oh well. On to, I suppose, what's been going on this week. How is prep going? And another good talking point, actually. So we're just coming off, like now, we're rounding up week 4 of prep. Weighed in this morning at 180.8 pounds. Started the prep at 191.8, I believe. So yeah, 11 pounds loss, I think that is, now, which is pretty sweet. My check-in with Zach this week was, it's kind of what I want to talk about in this little segment of the video. So when it comes to coaching, it's very important to establish a good style of communication with your coach and be very clear about what you're experiencing. And it's something that this week was flagged by Zach. I think, you know, I miscommunicated and he misinterpreted. So essentially my whole mantra throughout this prep is to be that I want to feel it, I want to be present for it. I don't want to be the person who says no to social events because I'm in prep, knows that they're struggling with something and decides to push it down and just throw it to the side and become this miserable person that no one wants to be around because I'm so hyper-focused and hyper-fixated on my bodybuilding prep, which I understand you have to make those sacrifices. You have to put yourself first in this sport. That is definitely part of the nature of bodybuilding. To get to the condition that we're looking to achieve, there was gonna be times where I'm gonna have to say to people, look, I can't do this, I can't do that because of this thing that I'm chasing after, because of this goal that I've set for myself. And I know that from the outside world it seems a bit like warped. It seems a bit almost on that line of like disorder, which I like to address, because I think it's important that people who know you and people who care for you, like family and friends, understand that you're aware of how that looks. And in my mind, that shows that I'm conscious of it. It shows that I'm aware of it. I'm not delusional to the point where I'm like, I don't know what's happening, I don't know what this looks like. So, for example, when you turn up to work every day and eat chicken and rice every day, some people might look at that and think, oh right, well, he's got an eating disorder or whatever. Whereas in reality, it's like, no, I'm working towards this goal, and once that goal has been achieved, my diet will become a lot more flexible. Just carrying on from that point of wanting to feel the prep, I was just very honest with my feedback to Zach about the fact that I know I'm only 4 weeks in. I'm definitely not, struggling by any means, but I am feeling hungry. My sleep hasn't been as good this week. My ability to recover from sessions hasn't been as good this week. And I was addressing that in my check-in, and I think my communication style, and this is what Zach said to me, it kind of came across as if I was struggling with the prep at 4 weeks in, which is not a good sign for him as a coach, and I appreciate that. Like, reading through that must be quite glaring for him to be like, okay, this guy's struggling at 4 weeks in, what's he going to look like at 24 weeks in, and like maybe back-to-back peak weeks, if that's something we consider doing. Like, it's not a good omen. But it's where what it highlighted was that we just weren't on the same wavelength in terms of communication, and we hashed it out. And it's like, I ended up just saying to Zach, just because I'm saying these things, it doesn't mean that I'm struggling. I'm not like, holy shit, oh, this is so hard. I'm cruising right now. I just want to be present, and I want to be honest with what I'm experiencing. I feel like within the sport of bodybuilding, there is this whole mantra and this whole like thing around being the toughest guy out there and being like, in the trenches and all of that stuff. And I don't want to be a hypocrite, and maybe we'll come back to this clip in a future video when I am in the trenches and I am really struggling. But at least it's like, I'm not putting a face on it, I'm just gonna say it how it is, live every day as it comes, and be honest with what I'm experiencing throughout this journey as a first-time natural bodybuilder. I think that's so key to what I'm trying to achieve here. Is I'm trying to give anyone who's interested in this the actual truth, as opposed to putting on a brave face or putting on an act for the sake of the camera. I'd rather just be raw with it and show my true perspective of what I'm going through. But anyway, we hashed it out. He's aware that I'm not struggling, and yeah, we're all cool. And I think the whole point of that is just like, if you are working with a coach, just make sure that you're not. There's a few parts to this. So one, make sure that you establish a good communication style, and make sure that your coach understands like how you convey your thoughts and feelings, because it's more, as a coach myself, it's more than just bodybuilding. There's so much that goes into this. There's so much sacrifice has to be made that it does affect other areas of life, and you have to be comfortable talking to your coach about, worries about friendships, worries about family's perspective of what you're doing, and everything that goes into it. So number one is like establishing a clear style of communication with your coach that they understand and that they can take in, digest, and give you actually quality feedback, as opposed to just being like, oh, we'll just crack on, bro. Because that's like shit. That's just shit coaching, in my opinion, right? The next thing is being honest. Like, I know that I've certainly been in this position in the past where I've almost not wanted to tell Zach certain things because I know how he'll react. And that's just not good. It's not mutually beneficial for that coaching-client relationship. So, and this does come down to the coach as well. So anyone who's out there and looking to get into coaching or trying to grow a coaching business like myself, you need to be in a position with your clients where they can express vulnerability to you. They can express to you that they've maybe fallen short some weeks on elements of the lifestyle experience, on elements of their training, right? Because I've been in a position in the past where I've wanted to maybe veer off, I've wanted to have an off plan, and I've done it, and I've just not told Zach because it's been easier for me not to tell him than to tell him. But then it always comes around to bite you. It always comes around to be like, okay, well, if we'd have just been honest about that, we could have managed it better. And that's you know, in my experience of working with a coach and working with Zach, that's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned, is honesty with myself, but honesty with the people that I'm working with. So I think it's really, really important to establish that communication and establish a truth-telling safe space, whatever you want to call it, because at the end of the day, like, especially if you're looking to compete, and this is me once again speaking as a first timer, I don't know how it's going to be towards the end of this prep and things, but as someone who's looking to compete for the first time this year, and as someone who has a certain level and expectation on myself, there's no benefit to me twisting the truth or straight up lying to my coach at this point in my bodybuilding journey, because he wants the best for me and I want the best for me. If I do well, obviously that's my definition of success. If I place in any competitions this year, I will be absolutely ecstatic. Like, that will be me over the moon. It will be the last nearly 2 years of working together, kind of culminating in a success story in my definition, right? And for Zach, it's like a benefit to him, because I am literally an embodiment of his methodology, his work, his coaching put to real life. So yeah, big old tangent there. I'm not sure how that will actually come across in this vlog, but one thing I wanted to do with this video this week a bit more is actually speak a bit more and have a bit more raw aspects to the videos, because conducting my own lengthy research, and by conducting research I mean watching lots of YouTube, as I always do every week, I realized something, and that's that all of the videos that I actually engage with and the videos that I kind of watch start to finish are videos, there's dialogue, you know, there's someone talking about a topic, there's someone talking about basketball, about bodybuilding, my kind of interests, about gaming, and that's kind of what I want to do. You know, when I'm making my breakfast in the morning, I usually just have a YouTube video on in the background, whether that's like a Nick Strength and Power video or a basketball analysis or just whatever. It's just someone talking about something, or even like a vlog. So yeah, trying to lean more towards that kind of style. So we'll see how that goes with this one. Right, we'll cut this off, we'll get to the gym, we'll see Matt, and we will crack on with legs. We need to get locked in. We need to get fucking serious now. Yes, Schmitty. How are you?
Tired. How are you?
I'm good. Because it allows me, like, I feel if I go too far down, I don't get enough power out of my hamstrings. I'm almost basically stretching into the max, but I've got no concentric. Dogs barking. That's yours, come on. Again, on your own. And again, come on. Yep, squeeze, that's still you. One more beat then, come on. Control all the way up. Stay on. Squeeze. Control up.
My tuna pasta.
People want to see.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's all about food challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
You could do that whilst eating.
What, this?
Yeah. Rep and eat.
You see me in this spot just to
dab you.
I can barely do this on its own, let alone multitask.
little bit too much of the shoulder. This way I don't, because I can lock it and push it behind me. Over here you really push like this way. Yeah. So that's why I prefer Calvin. How many was that?
I'm just gonna warm up.
Thank you. Warm up? It's not too bad.
Yep. Power, get up, get up, get up. Come on. One more, please. Yeah. Squeeze, stay on. One more, come on. Stay on it. All the way, stay on. Keep going.
That works nice for the dog.
Yeah, I think so.
Should have been louder.
You're right. I'll make up for it in a second. Come on then! Let's go! Big set, come on! Yes! Oh, good! Yes! Strong! Get up! Oh yeah! Come on, Matt! Get up! More in the tank, let's go! Empty it! Up! Yes, another one! Come on! Ah! One more, come on! With me, let's go! Get up!
gon' pay it. Those my brothers, I ain't even gotta say it. That's just something they know. They know, they know, they know. They know, they know.
Oh, turn that off. Right, we just finished up the session with Matt. Sun is shining. I'm absolutely cooked, I won't lie. Like, that was pretty intense. Let me turn the engine off so that we're not vibrating all over the place. Yeah, very, very taxing session. I think just under 3 hours in total, and you know, it always takes a bit longer when you're working in with someone, and there's almost that extra level of like intensity added to the session, because not only are you channeling your energy for your own sets, but you're obviously always kind of there for your client, your friend, whoever you're training with. You want them to get the most out of that session as well, and pushing each other to that limit, it takes a certain level of like psychological intensity, as you can probably see from some of those sets that we just completed. But yeah, Matt killed it, to be fair. Like, my longest standing client, as I said before, he said that in that session, he said, you know, it was good for him to come in, because that for him is like a 10 out of 10 training to that intensity. And he'd say that measuring himself against that standard, he'd put himself at about an 8 on a consistent basis, which is why I think that, you know, within coaching, it's pretty important to offer that service to your clients. In my opinion, you should be training with your clients like at least quarterly, if not more regularly. It depends on what their goals are, obviously. If you've got competitive athletes, I mean, there's two trains of thought. You could say that they're more experienced, so they don't need as much regular, like, one-to-one, in-person attention. Or you could say, you know, they've got loftier ambitions. They need it because if they get off of that path, then it can be pretty detrimental to their overall progress and growth. But with Matt, I try and get as many sessions in as I can. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, I'm fucking overwhelmed with clients. I'm not. I would love to be. I would love for my life to be a situation where every weekend I'm training with a different client, because that, I mean, that's the dream, right? To spread the knowledge and get people to a standard where they're going to achieve much greater things in their gym journey. Like, that's all it's about for me, and my own personal growth as well. I think, yeah, don't know where I'm waffling on. My mind is clearly wandering. I was going to do some posing after that session, but I literally couldn't stand up, so we'll do that tomorrow. Let me know, by the way. I want to have a bit of a dialogue with anyone who watches these videos. I know that, you know, I'm not going to sit here once again and act and be delusional about how many people tune into this, but if there's anything that you want me to cover, topics to do with bodybuilding or just to do with the gym in general, I'm more than happy to go into like intimate detail on things and maybe shed some light on some topics that you would be curious about. Likewise with video ideas, like, I don't want every single one of these prep videos just to be like a personal diary, because I'm sure at some point that will just get a bit repetitive and I'll be saying a lot of the same things. Prep is very routine driven. And I would like to open it up to maybe a more varied style of content. So yeah, let me know. I have nothing else to say. I am going to make my way back home, and I suppose, unless I add anything in post credits, I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. We just hit 90 subscribers, which to me is, I love that. I think it's great. So yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.